Hey friends, this is Prokopis from String Systems, and in today's lesson from the SFS Basics series, we will look at how to construct a very easy and usable diagonal fingering for pentatonic scales using the string fragment system. If you want to know more about SFS, you can use the link below to get my free course called SFS Fretboard Secrets. So let's get started. A pentatonic is a 5-note scale. The fact that it has only 5 notes creates a very interesting fingering possibility. By using just 2 string fragments with 2 notes on one of them and 3 on the other, we can cover the whole scale on just 2 strings, 2 plus 3. And then we can repeat the same 2-string pattern on every pair of strings, and we can create diagonal fingerings that travel the whole fretboard. However, there's one problem with all this. Putting 3 notes of a pentatonic scale on just one string requires in most cases a very big stretch. Combine that with the need for a big horizontal shift for each string pair, and you get fingerings that are not very practical. Here's one example. Big stretch, big shift, big stretch, big shift, big stretch. The result is not totally unusable, but for most cases it's not very beneficial either. This is why most players avoid almost all 3+2 or 2+3 pentatonics. Not all of them though. Thankfully, there's one exception to this 2+3 awkwardness. There's one configuration that is actually very playable, sometimes known as the frying pan configuration. Here it is. This is actually a classic little shape, but I used SFS to turn it into a versatile, movable string fragment system. The way to map this one on the fretboard is to use the second note of SF1 as the root note for the minor pentatonic scale. That's the little M on the diagram. Now, as we always do with SFS, we could move this to every A root note on the fretboard. But as you connect this to make diagonal fingerings, it actually doesn't matter on which string you place this system. However you start, you always end up with one of 2 possible diagonal fingerings. Here's an example for A minor. I'm placing the second note of SF1, the little M, on the A on the 6th string, fret 5. Then I do the same on strings 4 and 2 to get that diagonal fingering. So if I happen to start on the A on strings 4 or 2, I would still end up with the same thing. Now, there is another configuration which we can get if we place the second note of SF1, the little M again, but this time on the 5th, 3rd or 1st strings. So we got all this starting with this little frying pan shape. You can think of this as a mini SFS, a mini string fragment system. Oh, and as always with SFS, don't forget to shift 1 fret up when crossing from string 3 to string 2. Note that when using the frying pan, you can avoid finger stretching altogether if you want, and just slide your 3rd finger when ascending and your 1st when descending. You can play the whole thing with fingers 1 and 3. That's it. With very little memorization, we came up with a quick and effective way to travel through almost the whole fretboard. But this is just one of the many things you can do with the string fragment system. To get more, I invite you to get my free course called SFS Fretboard Secrets, in which you will learn cool new ways to jump around the fretboard and improve your guitar improvisation skills. There should be a link for it somewhere below this video. Thanks for watching. This is Prokopis from String Systems, reminding you to enjoy your practice and be effective.